Imagine building your own electric supercar from scratch. Sounds crazy, right? But for a group of passionate engineers and innovators, this dream became a thrilling reality. In a world where most high-performance cars come with a hefty price tag and a badge from a luxury manufacturer, this team set out on a mission to create something different. A supercar not born in a multi-million-dollar factory, but crafted by hand, built piece by piece with vision, skill, and dedication. The journey started with a simple idea: what if you could merge speed, sustainability, and sleek design into a single machine powered entirely by electricity? No gasoline, no emissions, just raw electric power wrapped in a sculpted, aerodynamic body. Turning that idea into reality required more than just ambition. It took deep technical knowledge, problem-solving, patience, and a whole lot of late nights in the garage. The first step was design. Before any tools were picked up or any parts ordered, there was a vision to sketch, a body to shape, and a system to map out. Using advanced 3D modeling software, the team rendered multiple versions of the supercar's chassis and exterior shell. Every curve, every vent, every panel was meticulously modeled for both aesthetic appeal and aerodynamic efficiency. The car had to look like it belonged on the streets of Monaco or the track at Le Mans. But it also had to perform like a true supercar, lightweight, fast, and stable at high speeds. Once the digital model was finalized, the team moved on to the frame. They chose a lightweight tubular space frame chassis made from high-strength steel and aluminum alloys to give the car rigidity without adding too much weight. Welding the frame by hand was a painstaking process. Each joint had to be precise, each measurement triple-checked. The chassis would support the entire structure, the suspension system, the battery packs, and of course, the powerful electric motor. The next major challenge was the powertrain. Building an electric supercar meant finding a motor that could deliver serious performance, something on par with or even surpassing traditional combustion engines. After extensive research, the team opted for a dual motor setup, one for the front axle and one for the rear, creating an all-wheel drive system. The motors were sourced from a performance EV supplier and custom-tuned for this build. But motors are only one part of the equation. You also need a battery pack capable of delivering enough power to those motors while maintaining range and safety. For this, the team designed a custom battery system using lithium-ion cells. The packs were strategically placed under the floor of the chassis to maintain a low center of gravity, essential for high-speed handling. Advanced cooling systems were integrated to prevent overheating during peak performance. Now came the electronics and control systems. Building a car isn't just about putting mechanical parts together. You need sophisticated software and hardware to control everything from throttle response to regenerative braking. A custom-built EQ engine control unit was programmed to manage the flow of power, battery levels, motor synchronization, and real-time performance data. Integrating these systems was like building a digital nervous system. One misstep could mean disaster on the road. With the foundation laid, attention turned to the suspension, braking, and steering systems. To ensure supercar-level handling, the team installed a fully adjustable suspension system with double wishbones and COI levers on all four corners. This allowed fine-tuning of ride height and stiffness, adapting the car for both road and track. High-performance carbon ceramic brakes provided the stopping power needed for such a fast machine, while an electronic steering system gave the driver pinpoint control. But perhaps the most thrilling part of the build was the bodywork. The team wanted the car to look as fast as it felt. They built molds by hand using foam and clay, eventually casting the panels in lightweight carbon fiber. This part of the process combined artistry with science. Every panel had to be perfect, not just in shape but in function. Vents were positioned to cool the motors and batteries. The rear diffuser and front splitter were crafted for optimal downforce. A retractable spoiler was added for high-speed stability. The cockpit of the car was designed to be minimalist yet futuristic. A digital instrument cluster, central touchscreen, and carbon fiber steering wheel gave the driver full control and real-time feedback. Custom racing seats and 5-point harnesses completed the interior, ensuring both safety and comfort. Finally, it was time for testing. The car rolled out of the garage onto a closed track for its first shakedown. The moment was electric, literally. As the car accelerated silently down the straightaway, onlookers were stunned. No engine roar, just the futuristic whir of electric motors and the rush of air as the car sliced through it. Acceleration was instant, thanks to the torque of the electric motors. 0 to 100 km per hour in under 3 seconds. Top speeds pushing 300 km per hour. Regenerative braking worked seamlessly, and the handling was razor sharp. Every system operated in harmony, proving that this home-built supercar was no joke. The team continued refining the vehicle, running hundreds of test laps, tweaking the suspension, improving battery cooling, and optimizing aerodynamics. With each run, the car got better, faster, more efficient, and more refined. What makes this story so incredible isn't just the final product, but the journey itself. This wasn't a car built in a billion-dollar facility with thousands of engineers. It was built in a humble workshop by a small group of visionaries who believed in the power of electric performance. It proves that passion, creativity, and engineering skill can rival even the biggest names in the automotive industry. In a world where electric vehicles are rapidly evolving, this project stands as a symbol of what's possible. It shows that you don't need to wait for the next big EV brand to release a supercar, you can build one yourself if you're willing to put in the work. This electric supercar isn't just a machine, it's a movement. A statement, a rolling masterpiece that represents the future of automotive innovation. And for those watching, it's more than just entertainment. It's inspiration. Whether you're a gearhead, a tech enthusiast, or someone who simply loves a good underdog story, this build reminds us all of the power of human potential. When passion meets purpose, even the wildest dreams, like building your own electric supercar, can come to life.